segue perfectly into the next question. So when an activist, or specifically you, invest on the long side, tell us about that first call to the C-suite, because usually it means there's some change you're looking to do, whether it's board seats or strategy. And so, you know, what's that call like when you make it?
Well, first, it's rare that we look for board seats. I'm on 3 boards today, but we've made 26 activist investments, I'll call it, and we've been on 4 or 5 boards, over. So it's a minority of the time. I think it's when I call, we get a very open reception, and we're dealing with very sophisticated CEOs and companies. And the vast majority of the time, we're in favor of, we like the business, we think it's undervalued. That's not a bad thing to hear as a CEO of a company. And we have some ideas on how the business can be made more valuable. It's rare that the idea is replace the CEO. That's not a call the CEO likes to receive.
Right. But they know that there's change in the air when you're making a call.
Sure, but I mean, look at Fortune Brands, right? We took a stake in the business in October of 2010. We sat down with the management of the company, and we outlined why we believed Fortune Brands, which owned Titleist, business called Fortune Brands Home and Security, Jim Beam, why that consolidated conglomerate made, it was time for that business to be separated. And we walked through the strategic logic, what's going on in the spirits industry, why there are opportunities if you could have a standalone home products business, and why it was probably time to sell Titleist. And that was a private, quiet meeting. We walked through an 85-page presentation. We asked management how long they would need to kind of think about what we had to say. They said, give us 5-6 weeks. 5 weeks later, they announced that they would be selling Titleist, spinning off the home products business. That stock was $40 the day before we started buying it. The pieces today are worth $96 a share, and it's 2.5 years later. I've got very appreciative phone calls from the managements of the respective subsidiaries. I think they love running their own businesses. The CEO of the spirits company, when the housing market was not in a good place, you could be doing a fabulous job selling Jim Beam, but still your stock options aren't worth very much. So I think it's a positive development for the shareholders. I think it's very good for the management of the company.